The acoustics is nothing but physics and how sound travels and how you control it. Physics will never change, okay? So you ask me what 20 years later we do a podcast. I will say the same thing, acoustics wise, physics will never change. See, it's not about interest. I will not say if you have interest, please join one. If you have any passion about any curiosity about any kind of sound, could be music, if you play an instrument, you must try acoustics, and this will demands time. You have to have time. It doesn't care you are 40 or you are 60 or you are 20. So yeah, if you have time, if you have passion, if you have a good skill of teamwork and patience, I think you are on it.
Hello, guys. Welcome to another interesting episode of Inside the Job with Shreyas. Hegde. Today we have Abhinav Verma with us. Abhinav is an acoustic consultant. He has about a decade of experience in architectural acoustics and has designed acoustics for various shopping malls, buildings, hotels, airports, etc. So today in this video, we'll be talking about what exactly is acoustics, what are the different career options involved in it, and also what does it take to become a successful acoustician like him. Enjoy the show. Welcome to the show, Abhinav. So, Abhinav, you told me that you are an acoustic consultant. Can you explain to our viewers what exactly you do?
Well, yeah, acoustics. I meet a lot of people, okay, and they tell me they have never heard about acoustics before, which I don't believe because I was telling someone yesterday that whenever there's a loud noise outside your home and you close your balcony doors and you close your glass windows, you are actually following the rules of acoustics. The acoustics is nothing but physics and how sound travels and how you control it. What we do is we go one step ahead and we study that, and we do a lot of studies and we come up with the solutions which help the architects while designing their walls or their glazing, which you see in the front of the hotels and the corporates, and how to isolate the mechanical noise from the machines coming to the residents. If it's a hotel, then to the guest rooms. If it's a corporate, then there's a vibrations. And in the meetings, your mic can pick it up. So there are certain standards we have to follow, and that is what acoustics is, just noise comfort. So we have to eliminate noise from the sound. There's a difference between sound and noise. Noise is something which irritates you. Sound is something which you like. That's why you always hear about healing sound, not healing noise. You say traffic noise, never say traffic sound, because sound is a good thing. So we eliminate noise from the sound, and I think that's the easiest way I can explain about acoustics is.
Okay, so it's about reducing the noise and making the sound more clear. Or is there something else you do in acoustics?
Yeah, basically is making the environment much more convenient and comfortable for someone. Say, for example, I'm designing some shopping malls right now and airports. Okay, so when you go to an airport, they announce on mic, but you cannot understand because the noise, the sound is not clear. There's a lot of reflections. So, as a consultant, it's my job as an as an acoustician, it's my job to make sure that whatever noise is coming, whether sound is coming from the speakers, has to be heard clearly, and that's called speech clarity. There's so many parameters, but ideally, I would say what we do is we isolate the noise coming from outside, and then how we manage the sound inside. Say, for example, you are in a bathroom, you are singing, you sound good because there's a lot of echo in that. But same thing you cannot imply in the meeting room. There's a lot of feedback there. When there's a lot of reflections. So we eliminate some sort of echo. We keep some, we don't make it dead room that you only hear in the direct voice, but we also make sure that you have some echo in the concerts when we have designed recording studios, in the theaters. When you go to a multiplex, you have one movie playing in one audi, second movie playing in second audi, but you don't get the noise from one audio to a second audio. So that's called isolation. How you control noise of one place to that place only. And then how do you manage that sound? You have to control, you can't have echo as well, like I said before. So we have to design interiors based on that. So we work with the structure, we work with the interiors and everything, just whatever is required to make sure that the sound is comfortable and it's not irritating for the anyone who is gonna live there.
So I've heard that there are various kinds of acousticians, like architecture and musical acoustics. And can you little bit explain about
Right.
these things?
That's a very good question. Okay, this is the first time I've been asked this question. So basically, acoustics by large is about controlling and directing the sound by large. Now, as in architectural acoustics, we do it by adding some elements in the architecture. That the wall has to be thicker enough. There has to have panels which can get some absorption. You have to have furniture. When it comes to uh, audio acoustics, which is another part of acoustics. It deals with dealing of designing of speakers, how we design the speakers. If we want a small speaker with the subwoofer inbuilt in that, and by what the frame is usually made of MDF, not of the wood. So and then doing R&D on what kind of materials to use, which can absorb sound and diffuse as well at the same time. That comes under audio acoustics. Okay, and there's something called musical acoustics. So that is something related to acoustics instruments. The musicians play acoustic guitar, and the kind of wood they use in their guitars, not for the electric guitar. If you see the wood of the acoustic guitar has a different texture. So, and then the strings, how they are. So it's completely everything combines and makes the music easy for the musician to play and hear the sound what they want to. That comes into the musical part of acoustics. So there's so many elements. I like how Eagle Eagle uses their frequencies to understand if there's a hurdle. They cannot see, okay? They cannot see, but then they throw some waves. I'm talking in a very noob language, okay? Because this is not my field. I'm just trying to explain how expanded, how broad acoustics is. So they release sonar waves. When it comes back, they know that there's something in the front. They'll not go there. They can't see all the time. So we all have been using it. It's just like we human got too engaged in not knowing, understanding the terminology. Since we have a liberty, otherwise eagles and this birds they also use. They don't know acoustics what it is, but we have a habit of terminating everything, so we do it.
So all these fields, like every field of acoustics, is dealt by a sound engineer, right?
Well, not really. Not really. I think it's all driven by purpose. It's all like if you have really much interest in exploring, so you can go into underwater acoustics. If you are more into designing speakers, then go into audio acoustics. I'm more into designing spaces, like theaters, shopping malls, airports, hotels, residential towers, corporates. There's more into architectural side. So I focus on that because I studied that as well. And apart from that, the music acoustics people there who make guitar, the guitars are very expensive, and because how they are curved and how what kind of wood is used in that, that defines what kind of strings, what is the placement of the strings. Everything defines when you play a note on the guitar. So there's a very different genre. You don't have to be anything. If I think if you have really interested about passion, not really looking for a quick money, I think acoustics is whichever field you choose of
So
acoustics.
where exactly did you get your degree from?
All right, so yeah, I mean, I did my master's from University of Salford in England,
Okay.
but my initial education about acoustics started much before that. So I was doing my sound engineering, and there was one chapter called acoustics, and I was really fascinated by that because no one used to go for into acoustics.
Where
Everyone
you
wants
did
to
the
become the
sound
background support.
engineering?
Come again?
Sound engineering, where did you do?
Sound engineering I did from SAE Chennai. I think it was like 18 years back. Must be closed by now. It was in near passport office. If you have been to Chennai, one of the Nungambakam High Road. So after that, I learned that acoustics has a big market in India because India is a country which has always been growing. A lot of things are happening. A lot of new experiments are happening. Now we have museums, convention centers. So I kind of foresaw it before, and I started working for a company in Bangalore. It was the first company as an intern, and there I learned all the basics. Otherwise, I was a BCA graduate before that, so I learned the basics of architecture, and then went to AutoCAD, learning AutoCAD. Then I went to do my masters. Then I was quite certain that this is my field now. I don't want to experiment anything else. Then I did my masters in this, and that's it. The rest is history. I have been still working since then.
So you have an experience of about 10 years, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I have stopped counting. When I say get a message on LinkedIn, congrats on a work anniversary, and someone say congrats, I have to ask them how many years is already. This says 8 years. So I think it's been like almost 14 years, 14
Okay.
years in this field, probably. Yeah, because I have been studying as well. So yeah, I mean, it's ever since ever. I think for me,
So
that's
how
acoustics.
was this 14 years of your journey in your profession go on, and what are the
I
challenges
mean, a
you
lot of
faced?
things. Yeah, I mean, see, physics will never change. Okay, so you asked me what 20 years later we do a podcast. I will say the same thing. Acoustics wise, physics will never change. What has changed is the mindset of people have changed now. Now, and I think it's not about the mindset. It's about quick. You need a quick solution these days. So the buildings have become lighter, and when you are making a lighter building, you cannot have noise isolation because isolation demands mass. It's physics. You cannot change physics. So now we have to come up with new concepts that how having a lighter building structure, because they're like 40-story, 50-story structures, not like two-story structures. So how to reduce the load on the structure plus improve the acoustics. It has become very challenging. We used to use block works, heavy block works earlier, brick walls, red brick walls. Now it's everything about AAC blocks, which are like almost one-fourth of the weight of those red blocks. A lot has changed. And plus the clients. Earlier, it was only like we're doing two projects in a year. There was a lot of enough time, they have enough time to give think about the design, how the ceiling will be, how the finish will be. Now it doesn't have much time. And plus acoustics demand attention. You just cannot go through a report and understand what is going to happen. So we also have to make sure that we create some awareness. Plus we explain. And now also the big thing, the good thing is people have started knowing now a bit. Which is actually a bad for me as an acoustician because they know half of it, and they come back to me and just tell me that no, this has to be in this way. Then I have to remind them that you hired me because you're not able to do the job properly. So the challenging the clients has also become the challenging clients have also become a big challenge for me. Which is quite nice. Otherwise, designing a tower or designing a mall is almost same like typical towers. But how clients react to your design and how you respond to it, I think that has really changed. Has been challenging for me.
Okay. So for the new people or the students who want to pursue this acoustics as their career, so what advice do you have, and what would be the key to success?
Well, I think there is no advice for that. If you don't want to, if you, I mean, see, it's not about interest. I will not say if you have interest, please join one. If you have any passion about any curiosity about any kind of sound, could be music, if you play an instrument, you must try acoustics. And when I say acoustics, and like I said before, it's not only about doing designing buildings. You can go into designing guitars, you can do designing speakers, you can go to underwater acoustics. There's also acoustics in how they design the cars, because cars have isolation. There's car acoustics as well. They do it in Germany. They have a course, so all the acoustic engineers, they work for the car companies in Germany. They help in isolating the noise from the engine, cannot come inside. So acoustics is not only about seeing a building and see good acoustics. It's everywhere. So if you have any inclination towards any kind of music, and if you are curious to know more about it, and if you have time, because these things demands patience. You have to be on field. You cannot just read books and become a consultant. You have to have practical knowledge. You will make mistakes. So if you have enough time, and if you have any other job as well, which you are doing, which you can do this as a part time just to know, and then I think this is the best option. But if you are someone who has just passed your architecture degree mostly, and you are related to acoustics, I would say, because that's my field, I would say you should join a company, architectural company, understand the architectural terms first, and then you can jump into consultancy if you are really interested. Because from the far it looks very green, but when you go inside and when you start seeing how much R&D we have to do, it's not about putting a font color like green or red. It's about deciding the future of the building, which you cannot see right now. And they are putting a lot of money in that. It's like a lot of money. I think 3 to 4% of the project cost goes in acoustics. And these are very big projects you're talking about. You know. So if you have that confidence, if you have that ability to work as a team, I think this is the best profession for you. But it demands time. It demands time and less money. So it's gonna be very difficult few early years. But then yeah, that's how it is for everyone.
Okay, so if I have to become an acoustician, I have to do sound engineering first, then get a master's in acoustics, then work with architects. Am I right?
Yeah, exactly. If you want to go into architectural acoustics, that this is the way. This is have to follow. But there is no hard and fast way. Because I was selected for the university in England not basis of my sound engineering, but on the basis of my work experience of 3 years when I worked as a trainee with an acoustic consultant.
Okay.
So for everyone is different. I am not from the architectural background. I have done my BCA, so I did not have any technical background, no mechanical, no architectural. Even then, I was able to. So I think it, like I said, all that it all comes back to if you really want to do that, you know.
Hmm.
But if it's a technical degree, then you have to have the engineering background if you want to go into automobile acoustics or underwater acoustics. But then I think if you have enough experience, then you can easily get the admission in these universities. So either you have a degree, if you don't have a degree, then just don't cry over that, Just go and look for the work experience. That will teach
Okay.
you a lot.
So if there is a student who is not able to go abroad, is there a way for him to become an acoustician, being in India or studying from India?
Hmm. Yeah, you can do. I mean, you can do correspondence course. Okay, in India, till date, I was informed there was no such course in India, but a lot of universities is IOA. I did Institute of Acoustics from. They have a UK recognition. So you can do the course from there. But if you ask me personally, you don't have to do a course. If I'm hiring people, we hire people as well. We hire team, we expand our teams. We don't look for a degree. We never look for someone who has a degree because some point they will have that ego that I know much better than the contractor who is doing at site. So we never hire people who have a degree. We hire people who have different experiences, different fields of work, and that allows them to understand and learn about it. If someone has done the degree and they go to the site and they see someone doing different way, they'll say, no, I'm right, they are wrong, I studied it, you know. So, and someone who is not from that field, he'll say, okay, this might be also the way to do that. So I personally say no degree is required. If you really have passion towards it, if you are really ready to work as a team, because when you're working upon a project, any project you are doing, you have the team of architects, you have a team of interior designers, you have a team of facade who design the glass of the entire building envelope. They have the landscape who do all the they put all the flowers and a lot of things they do. the lighting, the lighting consultants who put all those. There are AV audio consultants who put the speakers and the Wi-Fi. You have the MEP mechanical who put the ducts, who gonna put your chillers and AHUs, which that directly impacts you. So you have to work as a team. If you are ready to work as a team, if you have patience, if you don't have that ego that I have learned enough, then you can. You don't have to have any degree. But I think if you start early in your career, in your age, like I started when I was 18. If you start early, you have enough time to grasp because this field demands time. You have to have time. It doesn't care you are 40 or you are 60 or you are 20. So yeah, if you have time, if you have passion, if you have a good skill of teamwork and patience, I think you're on it.
So it was a nice, very good conversation with you, Abhinav. So thank you for joining me in this show.
All right. Great. Thank you, Shreyas, so much. I have been waiting for this call very long time. So thank you. I really hope this is gonna help all the architects. And if they have any questions, you can always contact Shreyas and he will tell you how to contact me.
Yes.
Great. All right. Thank you, Shreyas.
Thank you.